Requesting our guests to grace the stage, Mr. Shiv Shekhar Shukla, Principal Secretary. Sir has provided invaluable support and guidance to the Bhopal Literature and Arts Festival. Mr. Raghav Chandra, President of the Society and Founder Director of the Bhopal Literature and Arts Festival. Mr. Rajneesh Kumar, former SBI Chairman. Ms. Sudha Dhingra, Dean of the National Institute of Fashion Technology. And Mr. Abhilash Khandekar, Member of the Society. I would now request Mr. Raghav Chandra, President of the Society for Culture and Environment and Founder Director of the Bhopal Literature and Arts Festival that began in 2019, to present the welcome address.
भोपाल, मध्य प्रदेश और विभिन्न स्थानों से यहाँ पर आए हुए गणमान्य नागरिकगण, प्रमुख सचिव संस्कृति विभाग श्री शिव शेखर शुक्ला जी, देवियों और सज्जनों, It is indeed a great pleasure for me to welcome all of you. और विशेषतः जो यहाँ पर बालक बच्चे जो विभिन्न स्कूलों के यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं, मुझे बहुत हर्ष हो रहा है आप लोगों का सबका भोपाल लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल, लिटरेचर एंड आर्ट फेस्टिवल के छठे संस्करण में आप लोगों का स्वागत करते हुए। At the outset, I wish to acknowledge the support of Culture Department, which is headed by Shiv Shekhar Shukla ji, of the government of Madhya Pradesh, who have been our partners now for 6 long years. I also particularly want to, at the outset, acknowledge the role that citizens of Bhopal have played in making this a continuing event and to enable us to get thus far. Ladies and gentlemen, human consciousness is constantly in need of nourishment. And in our ancient philosophy, we are always encouraged to seek what is everlasting, shashwat, immutable, universal or sanatan. That is, truth, consciousness, and bliss, which is referred to in Vedanta as Sat, Chit, Anand, Satchidanand. This requires strengthening the faculties of the soul, the mind, the body to be able to achieve this ideal. That is why a knowledge event like the Bhopal Literature and Art Festival becomes necessary and special because it provides a comprehensive tonic for all realms of our consciousness or existence, the soul, the mind, and the body. Here the speakers not only deliver an address or a performance, but also justify what they have written or created. It is not just a pravachan, but a chintan. There is sampark, there is tark, there is vitark, manan, chintan. BLF therefore helps the participants, the audience, all of us to become sadhaks, to achieve Satchidanand. Madhya Pradesh is the cradle of civilization. The Narmada Valley is reputed to be one of the oldest everlasting Namrita habitats in the world. And at a time like this, when the world is striven with strife, where there are wars, Israel and Gaza, Ukraine and Russia, there are tensions in the South China Seas around Taiwan, at a time like this, it is important to discuss both our heritage and international affairs and issues that can show us the path to progress, peace, and happiness. Literature is also important to preserve the rule of law in a society and to keep democracy intact. A free and rule-bound society needs to encourage expression of views so that there is a healthy dialogue and debate that works like a safety valve and ensures that those who are in the middle of the road do not get radicalized. That is also the spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one world, one planet, one family, which is our common future. And to this, the ancient Sanskrit concept of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya is particularly relevant. Respect, tolerance, humility, peace, so badly needed in today's world. A quick word about our society, because Shiv Shekharji is here, so it's particularly important and for all of you to know that we are not an event management company. We are a network of volunteers who manage to connect over the telephone, over the internet. We are not commercial in nature. We saw other literature events and perceived that there was a vacuum in Bhopal for international knowledge, international literature, and we decided to contribute to put Bhopal on the international map. It is also a non-political event. Our aim is never to either go for a government or against a government, for an ideology or against an ideology. Our aim is to make Bhopal a UNESCO city of literature, along with other cities like Dublin and Melbourne, and we will have succeeded the day we can say that every hotel, every house, every restaurant in Bhopal has a small little library, no matter how big, but that everyone should have books. In fact, last year I interviewed the president of Iceland virtually, and she has written a book in which she has talked about her country, Iceland, that people are so fond of reading that they said that every house must necessarily have a library, and even the bathtubs are full of books and not really used for bathing. This year we are starting off, and we are a little but we are starting off with something which is very, very relevant to Madhya Pradesh, and that is Samrat Vikramaditya. So Samrat Vikramaditya of Ujjain, after whom the Vikram Samvat has been named, we will have a discussion on him by experts who have researched that subject for many, many years. And Vikramaditya is also famous in stories for Vikram and Betal, Simhasan Batisi, etc. We are launching several new books this time. There is Brijesh Rajput's The Everest Girl, Bankruptcy and Insolvency Code, by a book on that. Defaulter's Paradise, written by Anant Marathia Saab, who's a senior advocate from Chennai. The Last Mile by Amarjit Sinha, who's a senior civil servant. Portrait of a Secret by Tarun Maharshi. India's Pathway to Success by Ganesh Natarajan. Pitchside, A Close View of Indian Cricket by Amrit Mathur. Anger Management and How to Manage Pakistan by Ajay Bisaria. Tiger Season by Gargi Rawat. In Praise of Laziness by Indrajit Hazra. Our Colonial Constitution by Argo Sen Gupta. Thela Mera Khatara by Tej Narayan, and so on. I don't want to go on, but I just want to quickly wrap up by invoking today one of the greatest writers and poets of India, Goswami Tulsidas. And today the Ram temple is being consecrated in a few days' time in Ayodhya. Uska मंदिर का की स्थापना होकर रामलला की वहाँ पर मूर्ति की स्थापना होगी. ऐसे मौके पर गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी का स्मरण करना बहुत आवश्यक है. उन्होंने जो किताबें लिखी हैं, जो उनके लेख हैं, दोहावली, रामचरितमानस, हनुमान चालीसा, गीतावली, साहित्य रत्न, वैराग्य संदीपनी, जानकी मंगल, पर्वत मंगल, विनायक पत्रिका, they are extremely relevant in today's time. Tulsidas ji was able to compose and create so much despite living in very simple surroundings and with little or no resources. उस ज़माने में इंटरनेट नहीं था, सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, कोई इंस्टाग्राम नहीं थे, कोई पॉडकास्ट नहीं थे, कोई व्हाट्सएप नहीं था, लेकिन फिर भी रामचरितमानस गांव-गांव में फैली हुई है, सब जगह. और despite the fact that India was under Mughal yoke, despite the fact that there was a lot of oppression, yet he was able to spread this word all across villages through his simplicity, because his whatever he was writing was very lyrical, was easy to understand, was simple, and the power of logic was such that it resonated with everyone. हर एक को समझ में आई, हर एक को वो पकड़ में आई, और इसलिए वो घर घर में फैल गई, और उसकी वजह से आज भी हमारे यहाँ गांव-गांव में रामचरितमानस का प्रचार है. It is because of Goswami Tulsidas that two of the cities that he lived in, Ayodhya and Kashi, both have been reformed, transformed, and today are going to emerge as some of the best cities of India, all thanks to Goswami Tulsidas ji. आज हम तुलसीदास जी का नमन करते हैं, thanks to whom also the power of literature has been revealed in how literature can transform an oppressed society to emerge strong, united, and progressive along the ideals enshrined in the life story of Lord Ram, and because of whom these two places have emerged as important religious tourism destinations. Before I end, I also want to say that Tulsidas ji was a great thinker, and another reason for his appeal was because he believed in the equality of all living beings and respect for all beings. Beyond just financial and economic success, beyond the power of pomp and heraldry, let us all strive to be more humane, to create good thinking, positive attitudes, and a healthy living so that there is more peace and happiness in this world. तुलसीदास जी ने लिखा है, सिय राम मैं सब जग जानी, करौ प्रणाम जोड़ युग पाणी. अर्थात सब में राम हैं, उनका हाथ जोड़कर मैं प्रणाम करता हूं. So I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the 6th edition of the Bhopal Literature and Art Festival.
I would now invite our eminent guest, Mr. Shiv Shekhar Shukla, Principal Secretary, to address all of us.
Namaskar, dignitaries on the stage and everyone who is present in this August hall. सबसे पहले, I must compliment Bhopal Literature and Art Festival to start this session, 6th session in Bhopal on a very auspicious day of Vivekanand Jayanti. आज विवेकानंद जयंती है. हम 2 मिनट जरूर उनके बारे में हमें आज बात करना चाहिए, because he was the one who came to the international stage at a time when the whole country was absolutely groping in the dark its own moorings. We had lost touch with our own roots. At that time, he suddenly came forward and brought the wider notion of what we are to the whole world. He was the first man in this era who brought in cultural rejuvenation for the whole country. So my tribute, my heartfelt salutations to him on this occasion, and I also compliment BLF to start this session on this auspicious day. What an enthralling performance by Smita ji. In fact, she absolutely set the right tone, right mood for this kind of a cultural extravaganza to begin in cultural city of Bhopal. I am very happy to share with you that very recently, on 1st of November, which also happens to be Sthapna Divas of Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior joined the esteemed club of UNESCO's Creative Cities of Network under the category of City of Music. There are 60-odd cities in the whole world who are networked by UNESCO under this category, and we joined that club because of the rich cultural heritage, traditions, which were born in Gwalior, thrived there, and is still going on and showing everyone who has got anything to do with culture or music, they know what Gwalior is all about. As Raghav Chandra sir said, Bhopal deserves to be on the international map and should be recognized as a city of literature. And here, standing before you, I assure you that as from the Culture Department, the next goal next year is going to include Bhopal under that category of UNESCO. And this particular function will definitely play a big role while we claim to the whole world that here we are following the literary pursuits to the heights. Culture Department is very rich when it comes to literary pursuits. We have got 9 different language academies here in Madhya Pradesh, right from Urdu to Punjabi to Sindhi to Sanskrit. We have got all these academies here who are doing fabulous work. And we have got very, very rich and deep literature. I would urge every one of you, whenever you get time, we have got a stall put up here, and you can go and just go through some of these publications which we have been able to put across here. If you have more time, you can visit our academies here in Bhopal. Culture Department will be too happy to assist you in that. And if you want to procure some books, you can purchase them also. In Gwalior, we also from the Culture Department tried to put both the tangible and the intangible part of heritage to the world map. And all the musicians here who love music would be very happy to note that 1,600 tabla players created a world record playing in the Gwalior Fort that day, 25th of December. It was such a scene, I mean, gives you goosebumps to see all of them performing in, tandem, sitting on the courtyard of that old Gwalior Fort, illuminated properly. And the message was sent out to the whole world that what we are about, we can show by way of action also. Now we have decided that as the time moves, you will see some more records at stake in Khajuraho in times to come. We will keep on breaking records, creating new ones for putting Madhya Pradesh on the cultural map of the whole universe in a very major and prominent manner. We also witnessed a very good event organized with the help of Ministry of Culture a couple of months ago. It was International Literature Festival, where authors from more than 60 countries, 500 authors assembled here, and it was a very successful event, Unmesh, which was organized here. When it comes to Bhopal Literature Art Festival, I must salute indomitable spirit of Raghav Chandra sir and all the young enthusiasts with him, Meera Das ma'am, Khandekar ji. I don't know, they have set on to some kind of a de-aging process. Every year they are getting smarter, younger, refreshed, like books. All their new versions every year are more, refreshed and much sorted out. I must compliment all of you, and that also gives a hint. If you want to stay young, please get connected to art, culture, especially of your country. Thank you so much for inviting me over here, and I'm very proud to be associated with this prestigious function, and I'm very sure, under the guidance of Raghav sir and all of you who are patronizing it, this is going to go from place to place. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom and rightly invoking Swami Vivekananda. I think his speech in Chicago all those years ago still resonates with us, and those powerful words still hold true. So thank you for that. I would now request our dignitaries to unveil the souvenir of BLF 2024. The souvenir of the Bhopal Literature and Arts Festival 2024 is a painting by senior-most Gond artist Ram Singh Urveti, who comes from Patangarh. Inspired by ancient tales, his art, shaped under Janghad Sham and J. Swaminathan's guidance, reflects a motif rooted in timeless stories with vibrant strokes. दमोह के पाटनगढ़ में बसे राम सिंह जी गोंड कला के ध्रुव तारे हैं. जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, उनकी कला प्राचीन मिथकों से प्रेरित है, मानो पौराणिक कहानियां उनके कैनवस पर नाचती हों. उनका चयन इस बात का प्रमाण है कि समकालीन गोंड कला कितनी जीवंत और सांस्कृतिक रूप से कितनी महत्वपूर्ण है. It reflects the story of evolution. The Sushila Devi Award, instituted in 2019, carries a cash prize of Rs 2 lakh provided by Sri Ratan Lal Foundation for the best book of fiction written by a woman author. This year, it is Janice Pariat for her novel Everything the Light Touches, published by HarperCollins. Everything the Light Touches is an exquisitely composed novel weaving the experiences of 4 very different travelers over time and history. Janice Pariat is our winner of the Sushila Devi Award of the year 2023. Janice could not travel from Shillong to be here with us. However, she has gracefully acknowledged her award. I think we have a message.
I'm so delighted and so honored to be the recipient of the Sushila Devi Award this year.
Can we increase the volume,
Thank you
please?
so much to the supporters and organizers of this award, to the wonderful jury, to all the other shortlisted authors, and of course to the organizers of the Bhopal Literature Festival. I so wish I could be there with you all today. I've been to Bhopal once before and I loved being in your city, your warmth and your hospitality, the beauty of your lake, and your astonishing cultural and historical heritage. The loss is entirely mine, but I am there in spirit, celebrating with you all. Thank you so, so much.
Well, we missed you, Janice. The Gyan Prasarak Puraskar for a bookshop that is consistent in its operations for this year goes to Prem Book Depot of Jabalpur. Prem Book Depot, located in Jabalpur, Kent, was founded by Triloki Nath Dubey in the year 1948. Over 3 generations, this bookshop has become a celebrated part of the community. The shop's history is deeply rooted in Jabalpur, growing from a modest beginning into a beloved institution. Well, what makes Prem Book Depot special is not just its vast collection of books, but also the warmth of the owner family. The benevolence of Prem Book Depot's owner, Triloki Nath Dubeji, extended beyond the realm of literature. Recognizing the needs of those seeking employment, he provided opportunities to individuals who in turn have risen to fame. Many who once found support at Prem Book Depot have since achieved notable success, attributing their journey to the compassion and opportunities extended by Dubeji. His commitment to fostering talent and aiding those in need has not only shaped the bookstore's legacy, but has also left an indelible mark on the success stories of individuals who found their footing through his generosity. And today we have his grandson, Priyansh Dubey. I would request him to come on stage and receive the honor. the Gyan Prasarak Puraskar 2024, Prem Book Depot of Jabalpur. Come this. Congratulations, Priyansh. Well, what's a Lit Fest without a book launch? Coming first up is the debut of Mr. Anant Mirathia's book, Defaulters Paradise Lost, Demystifying the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Anant Mirathia is a practicing corporate lawyer based in Chennai and heads Anant Mirathia and Associates, a legal practice there. This is his first book. He has formulated his thoughts and practical knowledge over the years on the topic of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Can we have the author and the books on the stage, please? We would request our volunteers.
Depending on the availability of the author. Come on.
A debut book is always very, very special. Ladies and gentlemen, Defaulters Paradise Lost, Demystifying the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Yes, we would request Mr. Mirathia to please come here, join us, and briefly tell us a little about your baby.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, what do I say? I feel very overwhelmed, very special. It's a very different feeling to be amidst such an august gathering. This book, it gives me honor, the greatest of pleasure, honor to stand before you. My book, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Demystified, which is called The Defaulters Paradise Lost, is a book covering a very complex subject of law, insolvency and bankruptcy, which people may find a little dry. The objective of writing this book is very specific, and it is to ensure that the people of our country should know the law firsthand. And it's high time that we start decentralizing laws, even from a knowledge perspective, and simplify complex legal subjects so that people can read it. It could be students, it could be academicians, it could be people involved in the business. So this is more of an empowering the stakeholders approach that we have taken. It's not a conventional, as you know, people have this mental thing that a law book will be heavy, legal. So we're trying to, at least I have made this effort to ensure that it is simplified. And अगर हम एक विकसित भारत की तरफ आगे बढ़ रहे हैं 2047 के पहले, तो ये ज़रूरी है कि our citizens should know their rights and their duties, not just in this law, but any law, and a law which touches business, economy, finance. So it's high time that we get a sense of what it is in a simplified manner. So that's my endeavor. I once again thanks the foundation for this great opportunity. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mirathia. Looking forward to reading these complex concepts that you've simplified for readers like me. Next up, Bhopal-based journalist turned author, Brajesh Rajput, who has more than 3 decades of experience in the field of journalism, has chronicled the remarkable journey of Megha Parmar, a resilient young woman from Sihor who conquered the formidable heights of Mount Everest, becoming the first girl, ladies and gentlemen, from Madhya Pradesh to reach the summit of the world's highest peak. I would request Brajesh ji to come forward as the dignitaries launch his book. And we have the subject matter of the book, Miss Megha Parmar. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the first girl from Madhya Pradesh to reach the summit of the world's highest peak, Mount Everest. Rajesh ji, interesting story. We would like you to share it with all of us.
आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. सबसे पहले मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ BLF के एनर्जेटिक वॉलंटियर्स का और हमारे पैटर्न राघव चंद्रा साहब जो साल में एक बार भोपाल आते हैं और भोपाल को जिंदा करके चले जाते हैं कि भोपाल एक शहर है संस्कृति का, कल्चर का और किताबों का. सर आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. इससे बेहतर बात क्या होगी कि ये 6वां आयोजन है और ये मेरी 6वीं किताब है. मैं पिछले लगातार 2 साल से यहाँ हूँ और मेरी ये दूसरी किताब है जो है अनवील हुई है. इसके पहले एक टीवी की किताब थी, टीवी के किस्सों की किताब थी ऑफ द कैमरा. मगर ये किताब इन सबसे अलग है क्योंकि अब तक मैं जर्नलिस्ट हूँ तो मैंने किताबें लिखी हैं पॉलिटिक्स पे, टीवी की रिपोर्टिंग पे, मगर ये एक उपन्यास है एक रियल लाइफ स्टोरी पे. हम पत्रकार हमेशा एक अच्छी कहानी की तलाश में रहते हैं टेलीविज़न के लिए, मगर कुछ कहानी ऐसी मिलती है जो टेलीविज़न में नहीं, कुछ दूसरी तरीके की होती हैं. सर आमतौर पे अक्सर जो एवरेस्ट क्लाइंबिंग पे स्टोरीज लिखी गई हैं वो इस बात पे लिखी जाती हैं कि कोई कैसे स्ट्रगल से नीचे से बेस कैंप से पीक तक पहुँचता है. मगर जब मैंने मेघा को पिछले बार 2014 में देखा था तो उससे लगातार बात करते करते लगा कि नहीं, इसने तो कई एवरेस्ट फतह किए हैं. एक एवरेस्ट फतह तो वो किया है जो अपने गांव के एक पिछड़े वर्ग की गरीब लड़की निकल के कैसे आती है, शहर तक आती है और कैसे स्ट्रगल करके एवरेस्ट पे जाती है. एवरेस्ट चढ़ना आसान नहीं है सर, उसके लिए खूब ट्रेनिंग लगती है, उसके लिए पैसा देना पड़ता है तब कहीं जाके. और एक गांव की लड़की जब शहर आती है उसके अलग संघर्ष होते हैं, गांव से निकलने के संघर्ष होते हैं. तो आमतौर पे लगातार संघर्षों की कहानी, और फिर जब वहाँ पहुँचती है तो संघर्ष ही संघर्ष है. तो इस कहानी में, इस किताब में सब कुछ है. संघर्ष है, सस्पेंस है, रोमांस है. एक लड़की कैसे अपने घर के पूरे कमरे में एवरेस्ट के फोटो लगा के रहती है और रोमांस करती है कि मुझे एक दिन एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ना है. तो सर इसमें सब कुछ है और बहुत सारी ट्रेजेडियाँ हैं. बिना ट्रेजेडी की कोई कहानी नहीं होती. उसमें बहुत सारी ट्रेजेडी हैं कि कैसे एक बार लड़की वहाँ तक पहुँचती है, फिर वापस लौटती है और फिर टूटती है, फिर जुड़ती है, फिर उठती है और फिर चढ़ती है. तो मेघा शुक्रिया, तुमने मुझे इसको लिखने की इजाज़त दी. और सर रियल लाइफ स्टोरी पे लिखना बहुत कठिन होता है, तो वो और मेरी वाइफ है यहाँ पे जिन्होंने मुझे इस लंबे प्रोजेक्ट से भटकने नहीं दिया और कहा कुछ अलग हट के करो. तो आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर. मैं आपको उम्मीद जताता हूँ कि अगली बार फिर यहाँ आऊँगा एक नई किताब के साथ. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर आपका.
Both the books, we have special sessions later on in the day during the 3-day festival where the authors will speak in detail about their book, the subject matter. Well, a very, very inspiring story indeed. Thank you so much. I would now request Abhilash Khandekar ji, environmentalist and journalist, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So we are slightly running late, so I would be very brief about thanking all the stakeholders who have always stood with us since last 6 years, and this 6th edition is a further commitment of the society that we run toward the city of Bhopal and also towards those budding writers as well as established writers, new writers, that we will continue to support them, and we will have art, culture and literature going on every year in Madhya Pradesh. Thanks to Mr. Shiv Shekhar Shukla, who has always been with us like a rock of support. And without their support, without this Bharat Bhavan, we could not have imagined. We also, let me share you that we also thought of moving out this festival to some other venue. But every time we thought of a new venue, we came back again to Bharat Bhavan because of its beauty, because of its convenience, because of its heritage and history. So thank you all for attending the inaugural session, and I look forward you all in the next 3 days sessions, which are again very brilliant authors and bureaucrats and diplomats who have written their beautiful books, just like Brajesh and Anant Marathia. So all the best of luck to you, and thanks for being with us. And we look forward to your support in coming years as well. Thank you, Mr. Raghavchandra. Thank you, Mr. Shiv Shekhar Shukla. Thank you, Mr. Rajneeshji. Thank you.
There's one more book to be launched.
One more book?
Which got left out. So we have a author from Germany, Sarah Keller. Sarah ji, where are you? Yeah.
Please come.
Can we do the honor for your book?
बोलते इसके बारे में मालूम है क्या? कुछ नहीं मालूम। एक ही कॉपी।
We have one copy only here, but we will.
Sarah Keller with her book Genesis of an Indian City. Sarah has come all the way from Germany. Yes. Thank you, Sarah. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Sarah. Can we have you here and tell us a little more about your book, please? Thank you. Please.
Thank you so much, respected dignitaries. Dear Miraji, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm a little shy in front of such a great audience and such remarkable authors that are invited there in this festival. It's really my honor to be here today with you, and I'm really going to enjoy your company. Thank you also for selecting and presenting my book. It's a very long story. It's a history on the city of Ahmedabad, where I landed first when I came in India 20 years back. Now that I look at the poster of the festival, I just realized that it's exactly 20 years back. I was invited here because the French government and the Indian government were having a tie-up. It was a pioneer project for heritage, to develop heritage programs to help people developing, restoring their whole houses and understanding their history a little better. So I worked with my Indian colleagues for several years, walking in the street of Ahmedabad, taking measurement, drawings, photographs, etc. And this is now after 20 years that this book could come out. You will see there are lots of plans and drawings and explanations about all the different monuments, the urban fabric of Ahmedabad. And in this process, I discovered the rich history of the city, not just the rich heritage of this wonderful architecture, but also the rich history of the city. And you know, today we are used to say that, okay, we are living in this world today, and there is the world of today and the world of the past. But looking at Ahmedabad, I understood that it's not just one world of the past. There are multiple pasts. There are multiple layers. And the city is having a long history. The city evolved in the course of time, starting from a small city, growing to what it is today, the capital of Gujarat. And it was really a discovery for me. I also saw that there is so much to be done yet. Today, we are very lucky to have also with us Professor Dr. Susanne Rao, who is my mentor and one of the leading specialists of urban history altogether globally. So if you have some question about urban history or architecture, please take the opportunity to go and ask her. She's just here for a few days for the festival. And yeah, after listening to your wonderful speech, I'm just waiting to see something like this in Bhopal, because it was my first encounter with Bhopal yesterday, and it's such a wonderful city. There's so much to be discovered yet and described yet. So I would like to encourage you all to look into it, look at this wonderful architecture, all the places, the urban fabric, the urban practices, what makes the city such a lively and a vibrant place today. So thank you very much again.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for your insights. Ji. Our gratitude to all our eminent dignitaries. And Sarah, we have a heritage walk planned on the third day of the festival. You must take part in that, and then you will see how much Bhopal has to offer. And we're really hopeful your next book is on Bhopal. You certainly carry a lot of Indian heritage in your heart and on you. One noticed the modal silk dupatta that you have. Well, thank you.